Yes.
Alderman Barron,
Present.
Alderwoman Hampton,
Present.
Alderwoman McDowell.
Present.
Okay, approval of minutes, regular city council meeting minutes, November 4th, 2020.
Mayor Ed Powell, I'd like
Yes,
to motion that we approve the minutes from the November 4th, 2020 city council meeting as presented with any noted corrections.
Second.
motion by Alderman Barron, second by Alderlady Hampton for approval of minutes, regular city council meeting minutes, November 4th, 2020. Question? Roll call?
Alderwoman McDowell,
Yes.
Alderman Jones,
Yes.
Alderman Barron,
Yes.
Alderwoman Hampton.
Yes.
Authorization, claims and accounts, the bill list.
Mayor, I make a motion that we approve the authorization of claims and accounts, the invoice payment approval of bills for November 18th, 2020. And it reads as follows. Corporate, $248,242.10. Water and sewer, $217,868.76. Solid waste, $108,842.44. Motor fuel, $131,736.91. The David Webb Jr. Senior Living Complex, $6,542.71. The roller rink, $853.02. Debt service, $1,383,920 even. The Dixie Highway TIF, $5,500, which give us a total of $2,103,505.94, with an additional manual checks in the amount of $19,982.50, which will give us a grand total of $2,123,488.44.
Second.
Motion by Alderlady Hampton, second by Alderman Barron for approval of the bill list, authorization, claims and accounts. Question? Roll call?
Alderman Barron,
Yes.
Alderwoman McDowell,
Yes.
Alderwoman Hampton,
Yes.
Alderman Jones.
Yes.
Okay, moving along. We have no special presentations this evening, so we'll go right over to the city attorney's report.
Mr. Mayor, to the council and members of the public, with respect to the city attorney's report, it appears under 8A through E. With respect to a proposed resolution as follows, read, approving the extension of the declaration of a continued local state of emergency within the city of Markham and approving the mayor's determination regarding modifications to in-person meetings in response to the COVID-19 pandemic.
Mayor Ed Powell.
Yes.
Did I cut somebody off?
Yeah, that's okay. Go ahead.
Okay, Mayor Ed Powell, I'd like to make a motion that we approve resolution number 20-618, a resolution approving the extension and renewal of pre-proclamation declaration of the continued local state of emergency within the city of Markham, and approving the mayor's determination regarding the modification to in-person meeting in response to COVID-19 pandemic, November 18th, 2020.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Barron, second by Alderlady Hampton for approving resolution and extension of renewal proclamation, reproclamation and declaration of continued local state of emergency within the city of Markham and approving the mayor's determination regarding modifications to in-person meetings in response to COVID-19 pandemic. Question? Roll call?
Alderwoman McDowell,
Yes.
Alderman Jones,
Yes.
Alderman Barron.
Yeah.
Alderwoman Hampton.
Yes.
Okay, attorney, you were early, but now it sounds like you might have went to sleep on us. You there?
No. Now I'm just looking here to see if I had anything else.
Man,
Bad.
just when he was doing so well,
He
Mayor.
was doing good, yeah.
He was doing
Well,
so
no.
well.
Else here for me to do. Under
That's it.
8B, C, D, and E, there's nothing else under my report for the evening.
Thank
That's
you.
it.
All right,
All right.
attorney, thank you. Moving along to the city clerk's report.
Under my report, I have a business license application seeking a mobile food vehicle license app for a new business, Big Hens Barbecue and Catering.
Okay, do we have
Mayor,
a
I
motion?
make a motion.
Go right ahead.
I'm sorry, Mayor, I make a motion that we open the floor to Big Hens Barbecue and Catering.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Alderwoman Hampton,
Yes. Mhm.
Alderman Jones,
Yes.
Alderwoman McDowell,
Yes.
Alderman Barron.
Yes.
Good evening, Big Hens Barbecue and Catering. Welcome to the City of Markham council meeting via Zoom tonight. And the city council may have some questions of you about your business, but you maybe can probably eliminate a few questions if you want to tell us a little bit about your business and you coming to the City of Markham.
Okay. Hi, good evening. Thank you all for inviting us in on the meeting and welcoming us to Harvey. We started.
You're Markham.
Can you hear to Markham? I'm sorry. I live
Yeah.
in Harvey.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I'm sorry. I apologize.
okay.
I live in Harvey.
All right.
We started Big Hens Barbecue about 3 years ago. We started out in Homewood. We were doing the Homewoods Farmer Market on Wednesday nights and Saturdays. Saturday mornings and Wednesday nights. And we started out with just a basic menu, and God has blessed us where we were able to get the mobile trailer that you all, I don't know if you all saw it, but some of the people in the village, when we had to bring it up there to be inspected, they did see
Right.
it. And we were approved by Cook County health inspectors that we actually have a mobile kitchen,
Right.
licensed kitchen. We do a variety. We do have barbecue. That's our specialty. I do make my own sauce. He's the cook.
Hello.
That's Big Hen. This is Henry. My name is Robin.
I'm Henry.
Okay. You hit mute. You're on mute now. You muted yourself out. There you go.
Okay, I'm sorry. I gotta get used to the Zoom stuff.
So you're doing good.
But we started 3 years ago and we basically were mobile. We had a portable sink, tables, tents and everything. And God has blessed us to come this far. We have signature items on the menu. We have our signature burger. We have our signature mac and cheese. So you won't just get the same item every day. Whereas Monday, we'll have a weekly menu. We'll switch up every item every week. One day we may have sweet potatoes. Another day we may have the signature mac and cheese. Another day we may have mixed greens with turkey meat in it, because I know a lot of people don't eat pork. A lot of people are getting away from pork and they eat turkey products.
We have vegan.
So we do have a few items on the menu for our vegan people. And then one day for like on Fridays, we may have spaghetti. But we basically do our ribs. We have rib sandwiches. We have our quarter pound burger. We have rib tips. We have chicken, and we have hot links. We have beef, pork, and turkey.
And we do have a catering.
And we do also cater. So
Excellent.
I have a question.
yes, ma'am.
With your mobile barbecue, where will you be located at? Are there specific areas in Markham and times or hours in Markham that you will be readily available?
When we initially started, we were going to be set up by Markham Skating Rink at the liquor store. We were going to be set up there, but then
Let me interject. Let me interject here before we go further. We've only got a few places that we've designated at this point that we would approve you to go to.
okay.
And that's because we can't let you infringe on any other business. And so we would probably, I don't remember, I was talking with one of the aldermen today, and I did not have time to reference the ordinance. I don't think we were specific, other than we were granting places for you to go by permission,
Right.
and certainly a mutual permission from whatever the location was. So I don't remember what the ordinance states today. I don't. And to know if we made it specific. The only place that I know that we have openly allowed anybody to go to is by the court building.
Right.
So that is open to go to, and then we would have to touch base with you about permission from that industrial park or that business or that locale, but it couldn't be in so many feet, I believe, of another food establishment anyway. Right. So just to save a little bit there, Alderman Lady, I want to interject there. I knew this question would come up,
Yes.
but I didn't have time. I'll reference the clerk. Madam Clerk, you don't remember by chance if we had any specifics in that ordinance, do you? Oh, you're on mute.
I don't know if there were specifics in that ordinance as far as location.
Yeah, that's a very valid question that I think that was raised, because we truly do not want to infringe on other businesses, but Markham is big enough to really move around and move about and still be able to get service. That's for sure, especially if it's mobile.
Yes, ma'am.
One of the things that we've done, just so you know, Ms. Robin, we, one of the things I know since I've been in office, we're encouraging the food truck environment. It's something that I've certainly wanted to see and see it grow. I think Madam Clerk's still looking. We'll make sure that, by the rules and whatever the ordinances are and the permissions that are all followed. So any of the trucks that have come in, we're going to keep in touch with you until we nail it down where you should or shouldn't be. And like Old Lady said, there's plenty of room to go around, so you can get some freedom to operate. But we just want to make sure that because we want a lot of you all to travel in clusters if possible, and create that ambiance of that venue in the city. We'd like to see that. So
yes, sir.
I have one more question.
Yes,
it's
ma'am.
not a question. It's more of a statement, if anything. I think before I can give the approval on this here particular barbecue, Hen's barbecue, I need to taste every item. I need to taste the barbecue sauce. I need to taste every item on your truck. I'm just joshing with you, but I do welcome you. Just joshing.
Thank you.
There'll be no problem.
Thank you. And Big
I'm pretty
Hen,
sure Jones. I'm pretty sure Alderman Jones wouldn't mind, getting a couple samples of that as well. See?
That's right.
Mr. Mayor,
Okay, so it
I'm looking
gives,
forward.
the ordinance says it prohibits operating locations. So it can't be public parks owned or operated by the park district, subject to the park district's consent, within 1 mile in all directions of the Canterbury Shopping Center, within 500 feet of a residential zoned area, In addition to those restrictions, no mobile food vehicle shall operate in a location that would substantially obstruct a public way, impair the movement of pedestrians or vehicles, pose a hazard to public safety, is adjacent to a bus stop, taxi stand, handicap loading zone, 30 feet of an intersection, is within 3 feet of a curb cut, is directly in front of a property entryway, is adjacent to or within 500 feet of the property line of a food establishment business. This requirement can be waived if the application is submitted with written consent of the proprietor of the adjacent food establishment. 500 feet of any festival, special event, or civic event that is permitted or sponsored by the city, except when the vendor has obtained temporary use permit. 500 feet of the property lot line of an elementary, middle, and secondary schools, public or private. Pedestrian walkways of not less than 6 feet must be maintained around a mobile food vehicle location. So there's a nice laundry list of areas prohibited.
Yeah,
Do-
Mayor,
would,
you might have to
maybe we can
you have
reference
to
that
visit that
number.
ordinance.
That number, that ordinance number, I remember it now. I just don't remember the
Ordinance
number.
number?
It's 19-02215.
Right.
Okay,
Pass
so
for a
we'll
second.
make sure that we get that to, get that ordinance to you, so you'll,
Okay.
you know, if you come to the building department tomorrow, we can get you a copy of it and go
Okay.
for it. Was there anything else, Madam Clerk, you're gonna add?
No, there it's definitely an ordinance they should probably have on hand.
Yes.
Okay.
And maybe we should devise something that helps give them clear areas where they can and can't be too.
Right, because we've only got the one. We probably need to visit some more established areas that are pretty easy to identify. So I'll work on that right away as well and get back to the council to amend it, and we'll add those locations. So we'll get on there right away. So with that, go ahead with other questions. Yes.
Does it have anything to do with time? What's the time restraints? Or what is the times of operation?
What is operation hours?
It's
in the
barbecue, Ms. Hand.
Yes.
Ms. Hand's barbecue. That was a question for you.
Okay. That's why I was waiting. I didn't know if that was for
I
me.
thought
or-
it was for the ordinance too.
I thought it was about the ordinance.
Yeah, I
Right.
did
Oh, I
too.
thought he was asking a question what the hours were.
No,
Our
no, he
hours-
was asking about the ordinance, correct, Alden?
Okay,
Well,
so
both. I see it says from 11 to 6 on the application. But
well,
Right, it's on that. Yeah.
the ordinance says that mobile food vehicles may not operate within the city for more than 8 hours during any 24-hour period, but in no case to exceed the hours of operation for the business on the property on which the mobile food vehicle is located. So that they can operate 8 hours within the 24-hour period daily.
Gotcha.
Okay.
That's good to know. Okay.
So how many,
Mayor.
he answered that, but how many days a week? Is that Monday through Friday or only so many days a week?
Well, it's kind of vague, but you can do 7 days a week, just 8 hours within a 24-hour period.
Okay.
Well, wait a minute, before we say that, if I may, looking at section 114.089, it talks about the hours of operation, and it specifically say between 9 and 6, Monday through Friday. So that was part of the ordinance that was passed January 2nd, 2019.
Oh yeah, it does.
Right.
Okay, so you have
So it
a
has
complete.
Friday?
Well, that's what the ordinance said.
Yeah.
The ordinance says, but it's conflicting.
Yeah.
So it may need to be specified up above in section 114.085 under the conditions.
Is it fair to say, Mayor as well, and council, that we need to really kind of revisit that ordinance a little bit? To
Well, there's
make
a
sure we
couple
can
places,
fine-tune
yeah.
it?
Yeah,
so we
I
can
think
fine
this,
tune it and see exactly,
no, it looks like just two areas so far, old lady. I think just those two areas. I mean, what we're running into now, I mean, there's a lot of things in there for us to be able to operate. But what I'll do is, at least in terms of trying to deal with the confusion of the hours, at least administratively, I'll figure out what we need to work out so she can operate.
Yeah.
And definitely I'll go back and we'll get these locations settled, and then I'll bring it back to you all after we get some locations around town. I'll talk to you all about what you think about in your wards as well. So that would be something we can add. But that shouldn't prohibit, we got enough teeth in this for her to operate and
yes,
get her in some places and let her and any of the other ones operate. And I'll make sure that we keep up with them.
yes, yes.
So-
And I guess I say that because I know that our city structure is changing with new businesses coming in and new businesses coming in. So we want to make sure that we do have an adequate amount of space and places for Hen's Barbecue.
There we go.
That was one of my major concerns. Just want to make sure we
Right.
have space for them.
Mayor,
Yes.
under where it says type of license, what type of license are we issuing?
Right.
Is it going to be a temporary license or is it going to be an annual license?
This is annual. Right.
Okay, so they're going to pay $250 for a license?
That's what I believe the fee is.
Yes, that's
Yes. Yes.
Okay. It wasn't checked off, that's why.
So that is correct, Hen's Barbecue?
Yes,
You want
Yes.
an annual license, correct?
yes, a license.
Okay. All right.
Okay, any other questions?
No, sir.
Oh, okay, I have one more question.
Yes.
When would we be able to, when will we be able to start once we receive the license?
You can start right away. So if the council approves you this evening, then
Mhm.
you would just come into the building department and you would pay what's necessary. You've been inspected and you're good to go. I think that you will probably need to get with me so we can establish where you're going, and I can get back to the board and let them know where you're going to be kind of operating. We know right now where you're at, but we'll have to work on the other ones by approval.
Okay, that's
So,
fine, because
okay.
that's what that was my next question. Because the liquor store was looking for us, but they knew that I still had to come through you all to get the approval for the vendor's license. So
Right.
I'm still waiting on the approval of that one. But as far as us getting ready to start as soon as possible, we would be at I would talk to you, Mayor, about the exact location.
Correct. We'll get together tomorrow. If you're going to come in tomorrow, just call the office.
And in the
Let me know
morning.
you're going to come in and take care of your things with the building department, and then we'll get together.
Okay, I'll be there in the morning. I'll come in.
Okay, good.
Big Hen, I got a question for you.
Huh?
You got another question here.
Yeah, real quick.
Go ahead.
With everything going with the COVID-19, what steps are you taking in place for, distancing and, things of that nature? Does that affect your business?
No, it doesn't, because I'm gonna post the signs. I already have them. Because it's funny you ask, because I actually have a home daycare. We have a home daycare, so I actually have signs that I will be posting up as far as customers will have to wear masks. Our employees will have to wear masks, our staff. We will have gloves. We already have everything, the gloves, the mask, and different things, the social distancing. So I've taken care of all of that.
Okay, good.
I'll have all that posted up, so we should be okay. If it's anything extra that you all would like for me to post up, just let me know and I'll make sure I post it up.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions?
No, sir.
But may I make a motion that I'm sorry, go ahead, William.
I was just questioning under the new guidelines that are coming out Friday, would this business even be able to operate until after we get out of this phase with the COVID-19?
Well, I think that whatever depends on what the governor puts out. If it's a total shutdown, then everybody's going to be affected. So it would include them too. So all businesses will be affected in one way or another. So yes, and they obviously would their daycare and everything else. So
Mhm.
we'll all be affected. So
So we're all paced. We're waiting to see what happens Friday.
right. Okay. Any other questions? All right,
Mayor, I
if
make a
not-
motion that we close the door to Big Hen's Barbecue.
So Mayor, who ward is in?
Everybody's ward.
Yeah, there you go.
Hopefully they can get around to everybody's.
Okay, I second the motion
Gonna
to
hit
close.
we gonna hit everybody's corner. Gonna
Okay.
hit everybody's corner.
All right. Roll call for the motion to close the meeting to the barbecue place.
Alderman Barron,
Yes.
Alderman Jones,
Yes.
Alderwoman Hampton,
Yes.
Alderwoman McDowell.
Yes.
Okay. What's your pleasure, council?
So we flip a coin?
Go
I
right
make a
ahead.
motion that we grant Big Hen's Barbecue and Catering licensing to operate in the city of Markham.
Second.
Motion by Alderlady Hampton, second by Alderman Jones for approval of business license for Big Hen's Barbecue and Catering. Question? Roll call?
Alderwoman McDowell,
Yes.
Alderman Jones,
Yes.
Alderman Barron,
Yes.
and Alderwoman Hampton.
Yes.
Okay, congratulations. See the building department first, and once you go over there and see the building department, give my office a call upstairs, and we'll get together and get you situated, okay?
Okay. Thank you. Thank
Okay,
you.
welcome to the city of
Thank you
Markham.
very much.
Okay, all right, moving along.
And that is all that I have. I'd like to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving, a safe Thanksgiving. And that's all that I have for my report.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Okay, under the mayor's report, just a few items. Some of more of the same as I would say sometimes. Branch pickup is still kind of ongoing, and obviously some of the leaves, bagged up leaves and that, we're picking those up. Same thing with in some places, we're getting some of the trees cut that need to be cut because of some of the ones we're dealing with are because they're dealing with plumbing and sidewalks. So we kind of had some issues there. We did get this week, we did get into some easements. I believe we're kind of on the east side with some of the easements. I know that by next week and after the holiday, we're going to move back over to the west again, but that's kind of where we're working at. Obviously, we still have some roads that we're repairing. I think that we did get a few things buttoned down over in Bel Air. We still have some things in Country Air to do. We did a few other streets at Whipple and Washtenaw, and some of those over in the ward by Alderlady McDowell that we were still trying to finish up over there. The good thing is I can say that I probably, Alderman Jones, I won't have anything to say about Sussex probably after tomorrow. I'm hoping. I think Sussex should be a foregone conclusion. All the subdivisions have gotten concrete work and a lot of adjustments to the streets so they can come in and pave, and they've done grinding on Sussex as of today in 160th and Alderman Barron's ward. So those were the streets off the grant. Meadowview and Country Air should be, if not, they didn't do anything in Country Air for the Maple and Cherry, then they would do it tomorrow. I don't know if they did Maple and Cherry and grinded those today, but I'm certain they'll do it tomorrow. And the hope was they would have been done by tomorrow, but looks like maybe by the end of the week. And Meadowview is anxiously awaiting down there. So just one other thing, I know that we've had some things with development that, I've had some things that I've talked about in the past, and one thing fell off the table, and I had really was trying to get Mr. Champion involved with it. And I kept telling him for about a month or so after he had come on board that I'm going to give him the information for Thornton's and he'll elaborate on it. But I couldn't find it. And I was going to send him to deal with it as he's been diligent about these businesses. And next thing you know, he come in the office and he told me they called back. So he'll tell you how that went. But so that was a good conversation. Last thing I would just say is that we all know that this COVID matter is getting more and more serious again. I'm not really certain what measures we may be taking, but I know that whatever the governor's order is, typically that's what we follow. I pretty much tried to stay in lockstep with the governor's order. And so if we have to cut off the public access, then we'll do that. Most of the workers are pretty much distant where they're at. So if we need to let any of them go home, then we'll do that. But most of them are kind of separated anyway and have their responsibilities in their areas. I'll just have to modify what any of the workers do in the street that have, like the inspectors obviously won't be inspecting if this order comes through. Other than that, police, fire, and public works will continue as they do 7 days a week. And they have no contact other than their normal contacts, police and fire, with the public with precaution. Public works typically doesn't. We'll deal with the water department in terms of the inspections with meters and things like that. We'll have to modify how we deal with that. Lastly, I would mention, I'd like to say welcome back. Alderman Jones was under the weather there for a while, and he was my cheerleader when I was under the weather, and I was his. So we kept each other company a little bit. I could get a hold of him when he was pinned down. I can get a hold of him. But welcome back, Alderman Jones. Glad you're doing well. And I also will say happy Thanksgiving to everybody too. So the last part of my report goes over to the city administrator. And with that, Mr. Champion, good evening.
Good evening. Hello, everyone. I just want to just update everybody on the submission of the CARES Act information. Sent all the information over for the $680,000, as well as the additional funding of $12,000 that we were awarded. That information is in. Also, the mayor signed off on a MOU. The county has a resident cloth face covering initiative that's going on, and Markham qualified for that. So I requested about 25,000 masks for the city of Markham. So as soon as we get confirmation on the award amount of masks that we will be receiving, send out a communication just to let, I guess, all the aldermen know how we will go about distributing these face coverings to our residents. Because as you know, as the mayor mentioned already, these positivity rates are definitely scaling, and we have to do our part to make sure that the residents are protected as much as possible. Moving right along, I want to talk about Amazon just real quick. I was on a call with them last week and had a great call. I'm actually on the call with the stakeholders this week, Amazon, Scannell, and Ryan companies on Friday. But just to kind of backtrack regarding Amazon, a couple of things that we are working on with Amazon. They have an engineering program, and I have been in contact with the school districts, and I'm really looking forward to once everything is signed on the dotted line, giving a real-time update on this engineering program that's going to definitely benefit our school kids in our school districts here. Ryan Companies is also, we have confirmed that February 21, we will have some type of virtual job event. There would be not only the $15 an hour jobs, but we also have the managerial jobs that are at stake as well. We those jobs starting pay is somewhere around $80,000. So it's about somewhere between 100 and 150 jobs that are available in those decision-making roles. So as I mentioned on the last call, I'm looking forward to partnering up probably with an organization like Cook County Workforce, Skills for Chicagoland, just to kind of making sure, and the Minority Supplier Diversity Council as well, making sure that we have individuals ready and able to be a part of this process. And from a quality of life standpoint, since we're on that, I know that Ryan Companies, they are committed to lighting up the city this holiday season with holiday lights. You may start to see the Kedzie as well as 159th Street. You're starting to see some holiday lights being put up on the light poles. So don't be surprised to see the city lit up in the coming days. So I'm really excited about that. And just having the conversation with Amazon, I just told them that it is truly important that they are great community partners. And this engineering program, it's from childhood to career. And I really like this program because it's really focused on the kids, and I think in our education system. And I think if Markham is going to continue to move forward, we have to make sure that our school districts are continuing to scale. And I think this is going to be a wonderful situation here with education, workforce development, as well as jobs. Also still focusing on keeping things moving and trying to get the right businesses here in Markham. As the mayor mentioned a moment ago, had a great call, a Zoom call with Thornton's. It looked like that deal is signed, sealed, and delivered. So it's going to be right where the old Walgreens location is right now. And those individuals are going to, we're going to set up a call or some type of meeting. I know that COVID is really keeping everybody at bay right now, but next week we are planning on at least getting on a Zoom call to keep everything going as in regards to like the permits and all that. But really excited about having Thornton's come to town, because that's, you know, more MFT dollars as well as jobs and everything else. So we're going to continue to keep pushing forward and making sure that the city and residents of Markham are aware of some of the opportunities that are coming down the pipeline, especially with Amazon coming on deck. And so look for a communication to come out sometime, probably either late, sometime in January, I want to say the first quarter, regarding the virtual job fair. So really excited about that. I think that wraps up everything that I have. If anybody have any questions, shoot away.
Okay, Mr. Champion, thank you so much for that update. Greatly appreciate it. That will end the mayor's report. We'll go over to new business and Alderman Jones.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Like I said, thanks for you all's prayers. Thanks you, Mayor, for the calls. I was down and out for a minute there. For you all to know, I was a victim or got hit with the COVID-19, and it had me down for a while, and the craziest thing is that, with the COVID, the worst thing was not the fever of 100 degrees, 100 degree fever. It wasn't my blood pressure of 198 over 100. It wasn't the pains. But I lost my taste. I couldn't taste nothing. Y'all know I like to eat. And it was like, man, I can't taste nothing. This is driving me crazy. It was just odd to me, that I couldn't taste. But thanks again for the prayers. But speaking of COVID, Mayor, will we be enforcing the laws of restaurants shutting down and stores shutting down if we go in effect?
Yeah, the same things that we did before. We'll go back out there and assure that they're in compliance. And I think that there's no in-service dining right now. So right now that it's all drive-through, and I think it's not going to be much different for us because we don't have any sit-downs to really speak of. We have a couple, but for the most part, it's all drive-through and carry out, curb service, that kind of thing. So for us, we're falling in compliance pretty easy. Give us about a year. I don't think that's going to be the case. If we get through this and something else happens with a restaurant, we should have more than our share by then. Yeah, so we'll enforce everything as we did before. The police were real good about it.
Excellent. Also, I'd like to say thank you for the street repair. Slowly but surely it's coming, but the people in the country area in Canterbury is feeling so excited just to see the signs out there. It's been long overdue. So, I mean, we are very excited in Ward 3 about the repairs that haven't been done in a while on these streets. So our problem now will be speeders. Right now as I'm going down Oxford, they were just flying down that new street, in those repairs. So have you looked into speed bumps at all? Or have you still visited that topic?
Yeah, there's no special liability out there as far as speed bumps. Long as they're just posted, we do them as, according to the highway, the standard, that's basically all we're going to do. So there's no big liability to it. But it's just, we're going to have to figure out where we want them in each ward. That's just really what it's going to come down to. I don't know if we're going to have time to do installs before it gets cold. We can do them in the spring and be ready for the spring, though.
Okay, sounds good.
So let's identify where you want to go in each ward.
Okay.
That's my suggestion.
Okay, no problem. I'll look around and see my ward. Going back to COVID, I meant to say the Bremen Township in Markham will be a COVID testing center on December the 16th. That's Wednesday, December the 16th. The Bremen Township in Markham will be a COVID testing center. So let people know that you can come by and get a test just before Thanksgiving, so then we know you quarantine or not, before Thanksgiving, so you won't go out to that dinner or something and spread this COVID problem we're having here. So that's COVID testing December 16th from 10 to 2. That's December the 16th. That's on a Wednesday. And speaking of Thanksgiving baskets, are we doing that? What's the procedure? Are we on target, for Thanksgiving baskets, Mayor?
Yes, it's scheduled for next week. The calls have been going out, and we're scheduling for pickup. I believe it is Tuesday.
Awesome. Great news. All right. And I mean, that ends what I have to say. Somebody posted on Facebook that somebody's smoke detector is going off. So whoever that is,
I was wondering if it was me. No?
Okay.
Your screen lights up when, who is it? I don't know who it is.
It was the business license.
Oh, it was them. I was like,
it was Big Hands.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Because I would have been totally embarrassed. So I just would tell you. Totally embarrassed.
Well, besides that, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. That ends my report, Mayor.
Okay. Thank you, Alderman Jones. Alderman Barron, good evening.
Good evening. As everyone else, I wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. It's going to be a strange one. I'm generally out of town myself, and because of all the precautions and all the places that you can't fly to or you have to self-quarantine. It just wasn't worth the risk to me or my family. So, and then they're actually saying that, you know, people should do away with large family gatherings. And, you know, I know that's a tough pill to swallow, but this thing has just gone, I mean, in the last 3 weeks, it's gone absolutely crazy. And I can't believe the people that I know personally around that have had COVID-19. So it's really scary. The other thing is, you know, this is the time for scams because it's, I know my phone every day is rang with the Social Security Administration, and anybody that's listening, let me tell you, the Social Security Administration does not call you. They will mail you a letter, or if you have an email on file, but they never will call you. It's the same thing with the FBI and all your other law enforcement agencies. They do not call you. So I caution everyone that don't respond to this stuff. There are so many scams out there right now that it's just frightening. And people have to do due diligence. Be careful what you click on your computer, because you could be letting somebody link onto your personal information. So be very, very careful. If you don't know who you're getting an email from, don't accept it. If you get a phone call at your house and you got caller ID and you don't know who it is, or it says unavailable, don't answer it. So I just, there's a couple other things that are disturbing. It's been announced last week that St. Gerard's is closing. The Archdiocese is closing Ascension Church and St. Gerard's, and they're combining them with St. John the Baptist. I've spoken to the mayor, and we're going to, Markham's going to have a letter sent to the Archdiocese, just outlining our disappointment in this. Markham really was put on the map by having the first Catholic Hispanic Mass said in Spanish before this pandemic hit. If you weren't at the church 15 minutes before Mass, you were standing. So it's going to be very disappointing. It's something that's going to hurt the community, I believe. And so I appreciate the mayor's efforts on this, just letting the Archdiocese know that, you know, that we're very disappointed in this. What I understand now is that the church is going to start selling off properties. So this is a little bit frightening too, because I don't know who they think is going to sell them to. The last thing is Markham lost a very dear friend in retired Senator Maggie Crotty. Maggie was the driving force between us getting our creek repaired next year. She worked very hard with water reclamation in the state on putting all these people in the same room, and she worked with retired Alderwoman Mrs. Dudak. Also, my wife was part of that. So Maggie is going to be dearly missed. She was a good legislator for the South Suburbs, and she was a good supervisor at Drummond Township. So Markham lost a good friend. And with that, Mayor, I wish all my colleagues on the city council and you and the clerk and the treasurer have the best Thanksgiving you can have.
Thank you, Alderman Barron. Alderman Jones, when you mentioned Maggie Crotty, I didn't know if you wanted to mention anything else. We'll just go back to you if you did.
I want to say no because I might start crying. You know, she was like a mother to me. I've been knowing her since I was 19, and I was an office manager, so I didn't want to say anything. But thanks, I appreciate that. Those comments, Baron. Thank you.
Yes. And thank you, Alderman Barron, for proxying for all of us and all the words you said for Maggie Crotty. So thank you very much. Okay, moving on. Alder Lady Hampton.
Mayor, and Council, I'm sorry, I don't know exactly what happened. I just had this real strong wind that came through this side of town. I mean, a huge wind, and it just knocked me completely out of everything. So I'm not for sure what all was stated prior to me coming back on.
We're at your report, so you're right on time coming back.
Okay, I just don't want to be redundant in repeating anything, but I'm just gonna go ahead and say what I have to say. Good evening, Council. First, I want to thank Public Works. I have to take my hat off to Public Works. They have been working diligently. They have been in my ward at this present time, working on some of these easements and also maintaining, the ward. So kudos out to Public Works. Mayor, I don't know if we had an opportunity to speak on that turkey giveaway, which is going to be Monday, November 23rd. Did you mention that?
Yeah, I said Tuesday, the 23rd is Monday, so I'm sorry, it is Monday.
It's Monday, correct?
Right. So
Okay,
the calls went out for turkey for pickups.
Yes. And
right. So get with anybody that needs additional calls made out, then get with Miss Lisa, and she's making the calls for all of you to have your people come out.
Yes, and for those who might be listening in Ward 1, 2, 3, and 4, it doesn't matter which ward, just to let you all know that the turkey giveaway will be at, is it Rosner Park? I mean, going to be at Harold Washington Park, Harold Murphy Park, correct?
Yes.
On Richmond.
Yes.
At 11 o'clock?
Yes.
11 o'clock. Okay, 11 o'clock on November 23rd, Monday. All right, and also I just want to say happy Thanksgiving to everyone out there as well. Stay safe, keep social distancing, and we too as well will get through all of this here. And basically that's all I have at this present time, Mayor. Again, I don't know exactly what all was stated with the other aldermans or whatever, but my apologies. I just got completely locked out. But moving forward, I think that's about all of my report.
Okay, Old Lady, thank you very much. Old Lady McDowell.
Good evening, everyone. I want to thank Public Works, Ed and his team that is working very hard throughout the city of Markham, keeping Markham together. So I really, really want to thank our Public Works department. And I want to wish our whole council, everyone, a happy Thanksgiving. Be safe, stay social distancing, and everyone have a wonderful holiday.
Okay, thank you, Old Lady McDowell. With that, we'll go over to public session and to the city clerk, if you all open the floor to the public.
I make a motion to open the floor to the public.
So moved.
Motion by Alderman Jones and motion second by Old Lady McDowell. Roll call.
Alderwoman Hampton,
Yes.
Alderman Barron,
He's on mute. You're on mute. There you go.
I didn't hear him.
I said yes.
Oh, okay. Alderwoman McDowell,
Yes.
Alderman Jones.
Yes.
All righty. I have one email this evening from Ms. Rosemary Calvert. And it starts, Good evening. Please hold. Good evening, Mayor Powell, the Markham City Council, and the Markham residents. Number one, reminder, property owners can file an appeal for your property when it's open every year by the Board of Review. If you are over 65 years of age, your time is usually the first quarter. If you are under 65 years of age, your time is usually August or September. Always contact your township and your area for information. Right now, the Board of Review has not opened for residents who missed their deadline for a tax appeal. Number two, any questions, feel free to contact me about any services at the Thornton Township in South Holland, Illinois. I'm always willing to provide you information or find any phone number to assist you. Rosemary Calvert, 708-790-5169, extension 3211. Number three, how many cell phone towers are there in Markham? I noticed the one over by the Amazon location. My other question is why cell phone calls to 911 are still going to the state of Illinois and they transfer you to Markham. This has been going on for years, and I did bring this up at a meeting with the previous mayor. This is not working for me when someone could be after me or I need police assistance and it takes minutes to be connected to Markham. Thank you, Rosemary Calvert.
Is that the end of her questions?
That is the end.
Okay, well, the cell phones, is, I'll just do what I can to answer it best I can remember from dealing with it all the time. It's typically it's going to hit the cell that it's closest to. That's pretty much how the cell sites go in terms of that. But that's the best I can really tell her, whatever location you're at. And in terms of how many we have, I would venture to say we probably have maybe 4 or 5 of them. I don't recall. Some of the maybe Alderman Barron or Jones may remember if there's more than that, maybe even Attorney Miller. But I can tell her that the way that these you don't typically go to the state police unless you're transferred there. A lot in the state police would pick it up if give you an example. Harvey, I believe, in Phoenix, I know for sure, they use the county, which is housed with the state police in Des Plaines. So the cell calls go clear to Des Plaines in terms of getting 911 calls. But there's really no real delay in that. It just may seem like that to the individual, but it's not. But I'll take some time with Miss Rosemary and I'll have to hone up my old 911 skills because I used to do a whole lot of it. And I remember, I don't remember as much of it as I used to, but it won't take me long to really help her out. But I just thought I'd say a couple things just for the public, and maybe they may have some additional questions about it too. But really, there's no delay in any of it anymore. It's all pretty instantaneous, and a lot of these dispatch centers are combined locations anyway. There's different towns that you may have 9 towns in one center. So that's kind of how it works. But I'll take some time with her and explain a little bit more. I'll have to do some homework. So with that, I guess that would be the end of what's out there.
She did want me to correct the number. It's 708-596-6040, extension 3211 for Rosemary Calvert.
Okay.
I do have one other comment about speeders, massive amount of speeders on 157 from Clifton Park to Kedzie. So I know that may go along with your discussion about the speed bumps. So other than that, that's all that I have.
Okay, well, just to address that again, Alderman, we'll have some time during the fall. Let's take advantage of that and be ready for the spring. And we could put them in selected sites and get on the paving company's calendar right away for us to be a priority to install them in certain locations in our wards as you all see fit. So we'll do that. Okay. Thank you. Is there a motion to close the meeting to the public?
I make a motion that we close the meeting to the public.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Barron, second by Alderman Hampton. To close the meeting, roll call.
Alderman Barron,
Yes.
Alderman Jones,
Yes.
Alderwoman McDowell,
Yes.
Alderwoman Hampton.
Yes.
Okay. Is there a motion for item 13 on the agenda tonight?
I make a motion that we adjourn.
So
Second.
move.
I didn't hear the second.
So move.
Okay, Alderman Jones, Alder Lady McDowell, roll call.
Alderman Barron,
Yes.
Alderwoman McDowell,
Yes.
Alderwoman Hampton,
Yes.
Alderman Jones.
Yes.
Motion
Okay,
carried.
good night, everyone. Have a
Good
safe
night.
holiday. And we'll see
night.
you. Don't get fooled.
All righty. Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good
Stay
night,
safe.